All right, welcome to the fourth part of the four-part video series around building and maintaining mental fortitude. So in this video, we're going to be talking about releasing fear-based living and decision-making. So we definitely live in a time in history, and this has happened many times before, of course, but we are definitely at a very pivotal time in history right now where we are being asked to no longer live in fear, to no longer succumb to fear-based tactics. And we're being asked to live from a place of strength and confidence and will. And so this lesson is extremely important, not only for your own life, but also for the trajectory of humanity and where we're going to go as humans, as humanity. So this is a time to think about what are certain decisions that I'm currently making that I'm only making based out of fear? Or how am I strategizing? Because I can see that there could be this pitfall, this pitfall, this pitfall, or this pitfall. And so I want to account for all of it. And I want to kind of flow between all of these things and not necessarily move it all out of my path. And what fears are being put into me by what is going on around me? And how is that impacting the way that I am or am not showing up? How is that impacting my voice and what I am keeping silent and squashed and what I am or am not allowing to come out into the open? And so it's really important, again, to remember your power. You don't need to strategize around what XYZ person is going to do or what you know about that person. Obviously, it's good to keep that information in mind because you want to know the playing field, you want to understand what exactly you're working with, but also know that you can power through anything. Also know that you get to will your reality as you want it to be. So keep that in mind all the time. Keep that in mind that it doesn't matter, how things play out, that you will always be able to handle it. And the reason why is because you've already handled so many things before. And if you have lost sight of that level of confidence, of the ability to handle anything, or maybe you haven't lived enough life experience because maybe you're younger, and so you're like, well, have I really handled a lot of things? There's so much out there in the world that I haven't experienced yet. Then what I would recommend that you do is that you kind of tune into yourself, and this could be sitting in this moment, tuning into yourself, or it could just be as you go about your day, and notice things that maybe scare you a little bit or make you a little bit uncomfortable inside. Maybe you go to a restaurant and you see that somebody's eating by themselves, and maybe you feel something about that. You feel like, oh, that's uncomfortable, or they look lonely, or I wouldn't want to be in that position. And that is a discomfort that is inside of you, and something that likely, if you feel those feelings, makes you feel like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that, or I wouldn't want to do that, or I couldn't do that. So take these small things and go do it. And when you start doing these small things and you go do it, maybe you have social anxiety whenever you go to the grocery store. So you tend to purchase things over Instacart instead. Maybe decide, I'm going to pick up one item from the store. And maybe the hurdle of having to pick what the item is and then drive to the location and then walk into the store and then grab the item and then talk to the cashier and then walk out and then drive back. Maybe a lot of that is a lot to handle for you, but still it's something that is definitely within your realm. So I would say go out and do that thing. Again, these are not big things. These are small things, but it doesn't matter because every time you do one of these small things, you're showing yourself that you can handle it. You're showing yourself that wasn't so bad. You're showing yourself, if I can do that, I could probably do this. If I could do that, I could probably do this. And every time that you're doing one of those things, what are you doing? You are freeing yourself. You're freeing yourself from that previous limitation. And that is going to free up your decision-making and your belief system about life in general. So that would be the homework that I would recommend, is identify 3 little things that make you feel a little bit like, I don't know about that. And go do those things and see how powerful and good you feel about yourself. And then you will realize that it doesn't matter what's out there. It doesn't matter what you're thrown into. You will always figure out a way to handle it. And that is unshakable. The more you do that, the more unshakable you become, the less limited you start making your decisions, the less strategizing you start doing, and the more willing and asserting you start doing. Okay, that is the final lesson for building mental fortitude. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, if you would like to work with me more deeply, I do have some links below. I have 2 courses that you can access. One is connecting with your own spirit guides and the whole process of that, and we answer lots of questions and relieve a lot of myths around that. The other course is around connecting to your own personal lightworker mission, and then I also, of course, offer readings. All right, I will leave it here. Thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next video.